Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. Just needed to close the blinds. We are not going to start with an odd number of participants here. So I will duck out and get coffee. If there are only 5, that way we'll have enough, and hopefully everybody will be present. And the last place person hopefully did not expect to get a buy. We'll see. I'm going to be right back. I hope these games are going. Ali Reza GM, where are you? And the other player has started at least, but I hope that Learn Chess from High Love is going to have his internet connection. He's only played 11 games, and he may not know how this works. Let's give him a little nudge just to let him know that his game has started. Ali Reza is off and running. So is Stefano. Alright, number 6. It looks as though we have the right number as I run to get coffee. I'll be back. close that door just in case. We don't want any YouTube strikes because something is playing on the TV downstairs or on the speakers on Alexa. How is Alireza doing here? I guess we're about to find out. Can he do this? He's not able to play bishop e7, is he? Yeah, he should have played bishop e7. Did he have this before? In this position, he has bishop e7. Bishop e7, knight takes, rook takes. Actually, better yet, bishop e7, knight takes, bishop takes. And the rook has to go to d8. And then maybe knight to b5. Is this a Smith-Morrick gambit? Not quite. This pawn is hanging. Why is that pawn not hanging? So if bishop takes, knight check, bishop takes. So if bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, knight check, bishop takes, protects the queen. I believe that pawn was hanging. Wow, he got that in? And he should have captured this the whole time. Wow, Stefano, you had that pawn. Why didn't you take it? Why did you not take the pawn? Was he going to trap the rook anyway? Knight takes, bishop takes. I mean, knight takes, queen takes. This knight is hanging to two different things. Oh, is that it? There is no bishop. So knight takes, queen takes, knight f6 check. There is no bishop to protect the queen. Got it. So the pawn was not hanging. Bishop takes, rook takes. Wow. At least he extracted his pieces the one way, if not the other way. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-bum.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Good morning, Paul 184. No words. Dude, thank you for the rumble. This stream is sponsored by Chess Informant and the amazing products. We have to take back the bishop. We don't have a choice. And now after knight check, rook cannot take on e7 just yet, but queen to d8 does threaten a lot. It does threaten the knight. Queen to g5, knight h6, knight h5 check, queen to f6. So white is down an exchange. White is up the exchange, but black has tremendous activity with the two bishops. So if knight d7, now there's just no way to make knight e8 work. So therefore, you're just going to have to go for the win of the pawn with knight to g5. 8-6, somewhat forced. And after knight h5 check, king h7, knight f6, king g7, knight h5, king g8, knight f6. So if knight h5, king h8, queen f6, king g8, knight to f4. You don't really have much of a choice here, sir. If we want to improve our position. So could we have gotten to b3 in this instance? Yeah, maybe queen f4 was better last move with the threat of playing knight takes h7. Queen f4 was better than queen to g5. g5. I think it's forced. On the previous move, yeah. g5 is somewhat forced by Stefano. Knight to d5. Coming down to the wire, everybody. Agadmator, by the way, was one of the earliest inspirations for streaming of all types. I think knight d5 is forced. Why are we not improving our pieces just a little bit faster? Oh, I forgot that I have this. Do have a seltzer. So, is there a threat? Queen to c3 check. e5. Threatening knight to e2 check. Can he answer to this? Queen f3 check? No. No queen f3 check. There's a small threat. Knight to e4 check. So right now, it seems to be pretty dangerous. It's got queen d4 check on any knight move, it appears. No queen d4. f6. What? No, don't tie down your rooks. So now there are 3 pieces and 2 defenders, so we have to guard with the pawn at long last. We also had the option of just playing queen d4, but not anymore, unfortunately. You know, he had knight f5 check, winning the queen. Oops. Was it check? It wasn't check. Oh, he didn't have knight f5 check. It was pinned. Rook check, g4, and mate. So he has to move back. Rook to h7 or g3, but g3 is met by knight c1. So there's no saving this pawn. Just got to go for more. We need an outside pass pawn. That is what we need. Uh-oh. That works. Rook takes b7. No. Wow, what a silly move on his part, instead of playing a normal move like knight moving. So now black is better. After all of that kerfluffle. G4 check and F4. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I guess we'll have to take it. Now black has a very simple strategic plan. And we needed to drive him back and play f4 before this became an issue. Because now it's become a little bit of an issue. G5, G4, G3. There's no way to stop this. What are you doing, sir? Oh, you're just marking time because you're going to gain 5 seconds per move as fast as you can. King D4. And we need to put this rook behind here. But he still has A5, A4, A3. Not playing bishop f1. The 2 minor pieces in the outside pass pawn should be making short work of this. And if he gets back to c4, he's going to discover that he has the winning plan of getting this pawn to this square. Yes, the rook can bother this bishop. The bishop can be guarded. He refuses to push his A pawn, his primary source of advantage. But now he has to guard the bishop. So now white has counterplay, and because black hasn't managed to push this pawn down the board, the H pawn could be trouble. Come on. No, you had to play it. Or did he have it here? Did he have it here, followed by pushing the pawn? Can the rook get behind it? Or in front of it? Oops. I guess he didn't really like his rook, and the other guy didn't like the rook either. Wow. To miss this knight fork. I'm going to save this game, by the way. Stefano, you need to notice these tactics immediately, sir. Immediately, sir. I need to save that game because there were just so many tactics that were missed on so many fronts. So this was a c3 Sicilian. Alright, let's just check our stats just to make sure what we're playing here is white. As white, we're playing 8 more c4s, right? We're still playing c4. .43 other players, at least we kick-started it now. And as black... Oh, did we not get in the tournament? We didn't get in the tournament. I failed to get in the tournament. Alright, let's just at least do our routine here. So against e4 as black. At least we'll have accurate stats. I'm 100% with f5, but I do have to play the right opponent. h6, f5. That seems to be the only thing that I can play against e4 at the moment. What was the last thing we finished off with yesterday? I don't know if I like it. Where's my pen? Here it is. We do have to start preparing for the World Open. I'm looking for inexpensive accommodations in the World Open. I may play the 3-day schedule under 2,200. Going to make this as painless as possible. We're going to do our planning. What is wrong with this board, by the way? Is it the Lichess enhancement that is not working properly? Is it because these pieces are not working? So I do have to decide what I'm playing against e4. I did have a book on the molar. Let's see if we do have this. Carlsen repertoire. Carlsen's Neo-Molar. as black. Yeah, we're gonna put this on the study grind. And we also have our end games. We're playing end games, obviously. We're doing this, that, and the other thing. And as black, we want to play. So I'm going to answer e4 with e5, right? We need to get 5 games in with e5. I don't know that this book has complete games in the Kazul variation of the Richter Raza Reborn. It's going to take a lot of work. But I'll put that on the secondary back burner. So the e5, and we also need a book on the open games for black. Just in case that doesn't cover everything. Alright, so we're ready with that. And against d4, we do need 7 games with knight f6, 2 games with c5. We haven't been getting a lot of these. We're done with e6 temporarily, even though I would think e6 would be the best possible first move. We could actually switch to the French defense if needed. We need 5 g6s, 5 f5s. We have 76 d5s. God, we have a lot of work to do here. Kingslayer Sloan, how are you? Good morning.
No more foreplay.
Oh my gosh, and it's MD Knight 0. Ladies and gentlemen, MD Knight 0, aka Chris, is in the house. How is the settling in New Jersey going? How far away from New York City are you? As he snuck in. Oh, our text-to-speech is not on. That's what's missing.
Kingslayer Sloan said thank you Dr. Chess.
Thank you, Dr. Chess.
Said him probably an hourish.
So you're closer than Westfield. I think Westfield is way out there.
Said my pleasure Kingslayer Sloan.
Namaste. We're at
Kingslayer
32
Sloan
for subscribers.
said Knight 0 thanks for the gift sub.
So at least I now have a better
Kingslayer
camera.
Sloan said Knight 0 much love.
I do need to get this thing up and running for Twitch streaming. I've actually figured it out. I've made a lot of mistakes. I had one interview with Christian Cyrilla. We have a lot of stuff to include in a podcast if needed. The French
Kingslayer
Bishop
Sloan
Chesscast.
said did you ever hustle chess at Union Square John?
I think I was hustled in Union Square when I was in Union Square. When I first played in Union Square in 1988. And at the Village Chess Shop, I was hustled myself because those players know what's going on. But I do not hustle, no. I don't play for money on average. I would never play d6 as black against c3. I would almost always play knight f6. It doesn't look like that's working out for me, though. Indexing 8 other players first, and then we'll be able to do it. Agadmator's birthday, the original inspiration for most videos. Way, way, way before. I think in 2016, I was dabbling with trying to figure out streaming on YouTube without showing my face. Now there are so
Kingslayer
many
Sloan
streamers that don't show their
said
face.
I've been chess hustling at Saturday fairs.
Oh yeah? Nice. Yes, Saturday fairs. The summer street fair stuff has started. I need to find out how to get a booth at the street fairs. I might need a vendor. I might need a vendor permit to hustle, but maybe not. Maybe not for the street fairs. Maybe the vendors. The street fairs have their own permits. But that was really ugly to watch, that
Kingslayer's
last
loan.
game.
Said Buskar license.
Busker licenses might be cheaper. You know, to be a busker, yes. For those who don't know what buskers are, those are the street performers that you see either doing rap, dancing, all sorts of things for money, and they have their coins out. They usually have a busker license. So here, stuff is already starting to happen for White. White should have won this game much more simply and earlier. And then, believe it or not, I think Black was better in the ending at whatever moment. Stefano let it all out. So knight to g4 right away, followed by queen to g5. Actually,
Kingslayer's loan. Said you have some interviews for the cast. That's amazing.
I have one. I don't know if I have some more than one interview, but I could definitely get more this week. So actually, I believe that Queen f4 was a better move than Queen g5, and my suspicion is correct. Queen g5 is not on the roster for the top X. But h6, knight h5 check I thought was forced. King to h8, queen f6 check, king to either White's, king to g8, and then knight to f4 threatening. Knight takes g6 if needed. The idea being that we wanted to play f bishop g7, queen to d8 check, and pick up the knight. So somewhere around here we miss a whole bunch of tactics. Black misses d5 right away. And then right around here it gets very, very sketchy all over again. Very sketchy all over again. And this was a very lucky find because the knight is pinned. Unfortunately, the loss of pawn will be very prophetic. And I can't remember how he got out of this, but there comes a point where Stefano should just win this game. Now, of course, it's better for Black with the two minor pieces because the king fork was just a little ridiculous. So we reach this position, right, where it's absolutely horrid, right? Absolutely horrid. We've actually done almost everything we can do that's wrong because Black just refused to push this pawn down the board. Now the bishop's tied down. Bishop's tying down the pawn. So in this position, basically, we have to actually try to get something on the opponent's rook. Not sure why we moved that knight at all. Then here, we missed knight to d6 check. And it all went south. White just walked right into it. No, I did interview Christian Cirilla in the airport. I don't necessarily know if I want him on video. I didn't necessarily tell him I was doing it for the podcast. There's so much legal issue things going on that I'm not sure how usable it is, but basically it was a summary of the candidates. I should just call up people and record them with interviews for the candidates. What in the world was going on? Ali Reza just gave up, although he outed my favorite line of the Ruy Lopez in the last round. My favorite line against the Berlin, which allows a forced draw. It is unfortunate. If anybody wants to win with Black, they cannot play the Berlin. Wow, the South African Youth Chess Championships are going on. No words. I see Jesse February is commenting with another young lady, Ansel Lobsher. So I was actually thinking, Rogue, and I don't know if you were streaming this morning, but I think that we should just do one
Kingslayer
theme
Sloan
per podcast.
said them Wims be looking strong again.
Rather than trying to cover a whole bunch of stuff, we should just dedicate a stream
Pegasus
to a
Sway
particular subject,
said
a
soccer
particular
SEC
news
is
item.
also going on.
Soccer European Championships also going on. That's crazy. You can call it football if you want. FUTBOL is understood by almost everybody to be the proper football. Even though Americans seem to have commandeered football with FOOT. I'm happy Ariel Zamora's back because he had a really rough game yesterday against Charles Numero Uno.
Kingslayer
Ouch.
Sloan said soccer is so boring.
Ali Reza won? What? Football is never boring. And if you were ever worried about football being boring, maybe you are a rugby fan. That much I agree with.
Kingslayer
Rugby
Sloan
is...
said they start fights at soccer games to feel something.
I don't know if I like this speech chat. What happened to our other speech chat voice? All right, as white.
Kingslayer Sloan said that's a decent idea, John.
Yeah, one theme per podcast, really. That's what we need. One theme, and then we can get there from here. Not sure where we are, but this is 1C4 for the day. Hopefully Daman is here from Sri Lanka. Can't remember how many I thought I had. I had 502. Claimed it hadn't caught up yet, but I think that I might have more. So that way that we can tackle one subject at a time. You and I have a couple of days to prepare. We can do it at any time for 15 to 20 minutes. We can talk about it. We can hash it out. I'm going to take one viewpoint or another viewpoint, and maybe we can even poke fun at some people's opinions. We could tackle the London as a training tool in one. And basically, if you put that in the title, right? The London as a training tool, we can look at the pros and we can look at the cons, and we can balance it all out for people and why the opening works for some and is atrocious and bad at the time.
Said swap teams at halftime.
Swap teams at halftime? Yeah. Is there football on Twitch, by the way? Is there a channel for football on Twitch? Are we able to do anything? So I was trying to figure out how to get to Rotterdam.
Said yes, it's a great idea. We can just have like one news story maybe.
One news story, that's the headline, because all the stuff that's fit to print doesn't necessarily draw people in. But if we have one particular header on a podcast and we hit people with it, then we do a little excerpt and make a little TikTok out of it. We could even put some graphics in and whatnot, and then we can promote the channel that way. Although, if we have lost Chess Chopin, I was actually debating whether or not the validity of the name, the French Bishop Chesscast. I don't know that it's possible to change the name of the French Bishop Chesscast.
Said that's a great idea, John. Now Erds. Said you sound like you are doing an argumentative essay, choose sides of the agreement and stuff.
Yeah, basically, there are many things that you can do, because everything is both good and bad in chess at the same time. There's absolutely no reason. I'm going to move the camera down a smidge just to keep it off the. There's no reason to see that much of the ceiling, nor the mess that's behind me on the left over there. You can only see the tops of these boards and stuff like that. I am going into full-time training mode with the World Open coming up. I do have to do a little bit of a breakdown on what I'm going to be playing, when I'm going to be playing. I could spend $800 on a hotel in Las Vegas for the World Series of Poker, or I could spend $800 on the World Open and get a lot of Twitch streaming done, as well as interviews and whatnot. I can pull aside people, we can interview them, we can talk to them, we can introduce them, we can promote them, especially the titled players. I've become a little bit more emboldened since Toronto. The candidates tournament in Toronto was a great vehicle for me to get comfortable with using my GoPro as a streaming tool. Even though I didn't use it there, I got comfortable with it. I have now gotten comfortable with the uploading of the media for the most part. Where is this guy? I didn't message him. We'll see what happens if he wants to come back and play. But I don't want him to be banned from the tournament for an entire day, because that means he's going to miss out tomorrow morning in its entirety. No Words. Let's give No Words a quick shout out. MT Night Zero, thank you so much. Namaste. I haven't forgotten about you, Chris. We are going to be doing some serious stuff. All of my students are actually watching the videos that I created on your behalf to a certain extent. The E4 opening repertoire. One of them did very well yesterday in the tournament using a couple of the recommendations. We're going to be doing a little bit of, we're going to do some reviews of chessable books. Okay, chessable books and whether or not they are needed. We can do reviews of books in the podcast. We can do plugs for, and if we do reviews of books, by the way, and reviews of tournaments and tournament cycles, then we will be able
Kingslayer
to.
Sloan said Boldness is born with EXP. I love the new ideas.
Yeah, I definitely needed the experience. I have not gotten enough experience streaming certain events. I feel very self-aware and conscientious of trying not to stream kids events. So when I'm traveling to the National Chess Championships, the National Scholastic
Ollie
Chess Championships, it's
said,
not that
what
easy.
do you think of Botvinnik's book about his match with Petrosyan in 1963? I won it in a raffle yesterday.
Oh, that was amazing. That was the first match that Botvinnik played without a rematch clause. Hold the phone. It has got a beautiful cover. And I am a great fan of Botvinnik and of Petrosyan. It's a very thin book. I would definitely be playing. Two ways you can do this book properly. One is to create a study. The study may already exist, but I don't recommend that. I also recommend getting a secondary touch screen that you can attach to your computer. If you can get a secondary touch screen or a secondary monitor that you can attach to your computer, that is a sizable one. Let's just say that mine is at least a 27-inch, if not a 30-inch touch screen. So I can literally study this game, this book, on stream, and we could probably do it together. We can probably pick apart these notes together, Paul. But on average, because I'm so far behind on my chess informant stuff, the training match with Botvinnik and Furman is even included here in the rear of the book. That's clever. These games may not be so well known. They don't have as many notes. Other Botvinnik and Petrosyan games are at the end. Why did I lose the match is a chapter toward the end. I love the photographs. I love almost everything about this book.
Holly
I'm a big fan of...
said, unfortunately my desk is too crowded for a second monitor.
I think it's time to clear your desk, sir. Either that or you need a bigger desk. I have 3 monitors, and I have to put down the monitors before stuff goes on the desk. From what I remember seeing of your desk the time that we worked together for your birthday, I did not think it was
Now
that
words.
bad. It's not as
Said
bad as
Paul
my
1
desk.
for a second Monty or makes a world of the difference.
Yeah, a second
Kingslayer
monitor
Sloan.
is priceless.
Said get a stand to attack to the table.
Yes, you
Kingslayer
can also
Sloan.
do that. You can also
Said
stack it.
attach.
You can actually put the monitor above. So you could have a monitor here and a monitor here to attack the table, to attach to the table, exactly. So I actually thought about that. I thought about getting 4 monitors. I like to watch Netflix on this screen while I'm doing the birthday arena makeups and whatnot. Let's just see if we can reload. So we did get C4 in, unfortunately. Did it catch up in my, since I requested the indexing? Master Dojo is white. It still has me at 502, and I can still see the 3 dots working over here. What was that sound? Was that on stream? Oh, the music stopped for a bit. Let's choose some different music, why don't we? This is theoretically where we're looking at Pretzel Rocks. Curated stations. 63 minutes. Chill lo-fi. Right now, I don't know what's playing. Trapped Breath. Actually, I kind of like it. Sounds great. Let's leave it at this. I like this music. This is fine. So, as black, I want to start playing F5 more. I only have 5 F5s, and I've won every game against C4 with F5. I was looking at Simon Williams' recommendations. Where in the world is Simon Williams, everybody? There is a topic for our podcast. Google that one, Sloan. Roken, Google where in the world is Simon Williams and how much money did he escape with? Because he is on the lam. He has absconded with X amount of dollars.
Said pension fraud.
Yep.
Kingslayer Sloan. Said no joke.
We should do one on that. Weighing up someone's positive contributions to the world versus their mistakes.
Kingslayer Sloan. Said HME have been the fall guy.
He could have been the fall guy. He might have gotten taken. So I've played C5 most of the time. I could probably bring up my E6s as black by 2. I've played C5, D5, Bishop to B4. I've got reasonable records with all of these. B6 was a complete anomaly. That was a joke. But Bishop to B4, and I score 60% with everything. No one should play this questionable move with Bishop to G5, unfortunately. The thing that I learned recently that I've never actually played enough of. Oh, this person just jettisoned. How about H6, Bishop H4, C5, D5? No one's actually played D5. E3 is actually a better move. But D5, and I should be playing D6 here. And after the move E3, Queen E7 or E5 are better. Let's take a quick peek at this. Oh yeah, I have to throw in bishop takes c3, b takes
Kingslayer
c3 at
Sloan
least somewhere around here.
said it sounded to me when I was
He picked a bad friend to go into business with, and then as he sounded, he was only on paper or something. Got it. Yeah, no, let's dig up that one, because I think the entire chess world deserves to know more about that, and we can take both sides of the argument that Simon Williams needs to be brought back. He was a very entertaining figure. I miss him dearly. I thought he was very, very personable and likable, and I don't think he would have gone into anything as part of a criminal venture. He's just too smart for that. He could have been the fall guy. But Simon Williams is one. We need other topics of conversation. So, London, I mentioned we have to talk about the London virus. Is it good or is it bad? The London opening virus. Chessable books.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Whatever
said
happened
if
to
Nixon
aim
played
chess?
You would just let him walk, JK.
If Nixon played chess. It depends on how good his chess was. It depends on how many good books he's written about chess. These guys are still playing. Think they want to win or something. Happy Father's Day, Chris, by the way. I hope you're doing something special today. You stopped in, handed out a thingamajiggy voice. Switch voice, personality voice. Each user will get a different voice. Now the preferred voice, I'm going to go with 0. There we go. What happened to our music again? It's very annoying. Did I touch it? See what I mean about this Pretzel Rocks thing? The thing I like about Streamlabs music is that it does not stop. Can't stop, baby, don't stop. How about, oh, India's coming soon. Trending tracks.
Now Erds said, DJ, please don't stop the music.
Please don't stop the music, music, music. So against Senor Yaps, we're down to the wire here. Uh-oh.
Whoa, no touchy. No touchy. No touch.
Pegasus. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits. Is there any way out of this? Uh-oh. Rook to e4 and takes. Rook to e4 and takes. And wait for it. If the rook moves, right? Then we get check, and there. We get to take. We should check first, take the bishop with check, and then play bishop to d1 in order to promote. If Senior Yaps is watching the stream, he has to check first with the bishop to be able to play here. Take this bishop for free with check. And then play bishop to d2 in order to... And he didn't do it. Now there's two systems here. We do allow back seating, so Senior Yaps, I want you to have all the rating points in the world. Now the rook is really tied down, as there's another pawn that's coming through, and Senor Yaps is on top of it. What other game is going on? Is this the last game? I love it when Roken is here. I'm actually much more outspoken, I think, when Roken is here, and we have a lot more topics to cover when Roken is here, because I've failed so miserably on the French Bishop chess cast. You didn't ask me, you didn't answer on the options to change the name on the French Bishop chess cast. One that will be more amenable to you and or I. Like the Kingslayer, Master Chess, whatever it is, you know? Or the Master Chess Slayer. Who knows? Nah, don't have so much of my name in there. Chess is easy to get in there. The Master Kingslayer. There can be even a double entendre in the title if necessary. We need podcast names for just the two of us. In fact, just the two of us. It Takes Two. It Takes Two is also a good podcast name. Because I know that you've said many things about doing a podcast alone. I'm not so sure about that. You can do a podcast alone, but you have to be interviewing non-stop.
Now Words said, It Takes Two is a game.
It Takes Two is a game.
Polly said, BRB. Kingslayer Sloan said, TBF, I like the name we have.
Oh, okay. I was just checking because the French Bishop, I wasn't sure how much it was referring to Chess Chopin. If he's not coming back anyway. I'm really bummed if he's... I'm okay, I'm not that bummed. But it does put a lot of weight on us. Arcarco. Not helping. You're not helping, Arcarco.
Pegasus Sway said, BRB.
Pegasus. Let's do it. We're going to do this as though it is the reverse, whatever the name of that opening is, where you play F4 and C4. Who can remind me what that opening name is?
Within the podcast name different stuff, I guess, so the names can be used.
Can I just take over here? Or do I want to take over here elsewhere?
TFS said, greetings to USA, Sweden and New Zealand, where it is already Monday.
No, it's not Monday in the USA yet, nor in Sweden. TFS.
Kingslayer Sloan said,
welcome.
TFS 20832, greetings good fellow.
It is in Singapore, New Zealand. I believe that it's already Monday there. Hold on. It Takes Two on Steam is a game. Played as a couple. Played as a couple turned into dolls by a magic spell. Got it. Play as a couple involved in a magic spell. Alright, well, we have to do something about this guy. Should we play d5? Let's go for it. Let's start fighting for the center the old-fashioned way. I really want to get my bishop to f6. And now I'm able to get my isolated pawn. I still want to have an outpost square for my knight. I still want to be able to play f4. Let's just play f4. It looks lovely. It looks so lovely. I lose routinely to... Oops. I think knight takes
Pegasus
is going to happen.
Said. TFS 20832 not yet here 1607 Sunday.
But I am after that f2 square. That much is true. That much is true. I think you should play check and then takes on c6 and just embarrass my entire
Monday
world.
Referred only to NZL. I know the time zones.
Oh, where's our, we're missing our, so for, I'm missing what New Zealand, oh there it is. It's 2 in the morning. For Sydney, midnight. Singapore, it's only 10 o'clock at night. So in Australia and company, I could have played that. Wow, he really did that. This means that I can go after this. This way, perhaps.
TFS said. Maybe it's a special way to say it in German which can be misunderstood.
Really? I do need to work on my German. There is no doubt about it. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I was worried about him playing that move, but now we get to go where we want to go. What? It's just getting worser and worser. Worser and worser. Rook takes bishop. Bishop takes check. Are we going to get anything out of this mess? Bishop to e5. Rook to c3. So we got this check, that check, everywhere a check, check. And now I am down so much material. So he's got bishop f3 discovering on my bishop on c8 and here that I don't have any time to play what I want to play. So I have 3 minor pieces to 2 rooks. 2 bonus rooks, ladies and gentlemen. 2 bonus bogus rooks. Yep, let's hang it up. Analysis board, ladies and gentlemen. I literally hung my d5 pawn in that position. That was crazy. So what is the assessment here? This is
Kingslayer Sloan says, it is John. How goes the hunt for a coach that will show you the ways of FM? Also a cool idea for YouTube title, Master Teaches Master.
I actually talked to John Fedorowicz the other day about training. And by the look in his eyes, I decided that it was too much work for him. However, he has great stories, and there will be good drinks involved. So, c5, castles. Knight c6 was not the best move. C takes d4, knight takes d4, d5 without knight c6 in. That could be key. Threatening e5, e4. So after e3, e5, knight f3, e4. This was part of the plan, knight to d4, and now knight c6. And I think that I like my position a lot more in this context. So that way, after knight c3, yeah, this would be better.
Kingslayer Sloan said, "Ah, well, GMS are not cheap but are around."
Well, I have enough friends that I can work out a deal for the most part. I can work out a deal. Now, the problem with getting Streamlabs music up and running is that if I do Streamlabs music, the moment I start playing the tracks in Streamlabs, then the other one will start playing simultaneously. All right, so Master Chess Dojo is white. So I'm at 505 right now. What? Is it caught up? That is the question. So we're going to bring all of our 5s up as white. But I want to bring the 400s up. So this means we're going to be playing f4. A3 is at 265. And G4 is theoretically at 239. So we need one more G3. B4, G3. So all the ones that need 5s, basically. A3. C3, F3. There it is. We're going to zero out all of our whites at this stage. B4, G4. G4 is at 239. So we need F4. C4. D4 and E4. So everything's back on the table if we were going to get every one of these to the next 5. Rotten Hay playing Senior Yaps. He's got him up against the rail. Was this a Dutch? No, it wasn't a Dutch. But it was an IMSO Indian / Boko Indian. So what happened to the F pawn? Oh no. We got trapped. Now we're getting the piece back, but are we? Knight takes. No, we have to guard our queen first. I think bishop takes, knight takes, bishop takes. We lose a piece out of the deal. Bishop takes. After knight takes, check. Well, we had him against the rails, but we just have to move our queen, unfortunately. No matter where we move our queen, we're going to be incurring some difficulties. Yuck. We don't have to see this. Ariel Zamora versus Stefano. We have, yes, bishop to e5, rook to c6, rook takes check, and d7, d8 equals queen. No rook to b7, so I think we just have to take and cross our fingers for the best. But I don't want to take. How about g4? Get an outside pass pawn first. Or how about bishop f4 check and then rook to d8? Then rook to b7. Bishop f4 check and then rook to b7. That looks like it might work. Ariel Zamora is on task. Alright, and now for something completely different. G4. Is he threatening this at all? No, because we always have bishop takes. G4 is probably good enough to make sure that we have at least a draw. That's the end of it all. I don't know what we're thinking about here, folks. Interesting. Ouch. We survived one. Might have gone the other way. All right, this one has to go. Begin the checks. Yeah, he's got it. I don't see a way to stalemate in this position short of I ran away. The problem is that he's playing check followed by check. Wow. I feel like he's trying to stalemate here. I ran away. That pretty much does it, unfortunately. So G4 was not the best suggestion on my part. I'm so sorry, Ariel Zamora. D7 was a tactical nuance that won our bishop. Bishop rook takes. All right, one more time with G4. The last G4. G4 is no longer on the list, according to this survey. I ran away. I like it. We need more bossa nova. Alright, we're in an endgame. This is my favorite phase of the game.
Tapes new chess. Said. Hello John sir.
We're going to keep our space advantage. Top is new. How are you? You had to come in on Father's Day. Welcome, my son. We're going to take over the center properly. Properly.
Tapes new chess. Said. Do you want to play a 30 minutes 30 seconds practice game after the arena?
No, I don't play chess. I train chess, sir. By the way, for those of you that did not realize it, I am a trainer. I hardly ever play chess for myself, to be excruciatingly honest. So now how are you going to guard this knight? Are you going to give me some squares, please?
Kingslayer Sloan.
Yes.
Said. Tapes new chess not asking for much are ya bud. Kingslayer
Alright.
Sloan.
Knight takes.
Said. Asking.
Fair enough.
Tapes new chess. Said. No, I wanted to play the game with you so that after the game you can maybe guide on which part to actually improve.
No, I understand that. I do. But I'm going to tell you another secret. And this is not such a secret as my students often tell me. That's not a secret. Another secret is, wow, he let me do that when he had knight e5 and my bishop had nowhere to go. Oops. So how do I get him here? Yes, we are roping him in as best we can. Come on down, you're the next contestant on the Persnickety is right. And now for something completely different. Trying to stay away from that as long as humanly possible. So do I return the piece to? Let's keep attacking everything he owns. It was a good move on his part, I have to admit. And now... This is the one that goes. Check. Check. Equalizing that material. And it's become a theme, actually, in the previous game that Stefano and I played. In the previous game that Stefano and I played, let's see. So, for example, today's game, right? And then yesterday's game, I believe, he promoted, or the day before did he promote? No, I take it back. There was a game where he had to promote before he could admit defeat. So G4 is now zeroed out at 240. A3, probably the easiest. From the bottom up, right? Let's do the priority here. We need F3, C3, G3 to get these up in order, B4, in order of priority. Is C4 my third most played opening? No. Yes, of the ones that I need. It's E4, D4, and C4, and F4. E4, D4, C4, and F4. F4 needs it more than C4. Then A3. And as black, I've got 1570. I need E6. Actually, from the bottom up. Let's just go from the bottom up. With E4, I need A6. Let's dig from the bottom of the well here. Well water. A6, B6. H6, I'm at 17. And then it's G6 with 145. And knight F6, the Alekhines defense. D4, I need a lot of work, but I'm just not facing D4 anymore. Do I need one more A6? I do apparently need one more A6. Reload. With black? Yeah, I need one more A6 with black. Wait, did you see that? I'm 100% with A6 against D4. So I have to choose my opponent with A6 very carefully.
Said. By the way, why did you remove the channel points? I used them for my streamer ranking, but you are undefeatable on first place anyway.
Channel points? No, that's a Twitch glitch. It says that I have 0 channel points on every stream. It does, it says that. And then I have to actually click on it. If you click on it down there, I appreciate that I'm undefeated on first place. No, it's a Twitch thing. You have to refresh. There's something going on with the Twitch interface. Because it says 0 on all of mine as well, and then I get some bonus. I click on the bonus, and then all the channel points come back. So yeah, all the channel points seem to come back one after another. So if I click on a new streamer, it says I'm at 0. So I have to click on it, and now I'm at 2K for a random whatever streamer this is. Like the Finnish streamer, Rongans. He's got a very bare bones apartment, Rongans. So CC Hustles, for example, I have 0 channel points. Click on my bonus, and I'm up to 2.6 per K. So wait for the bonus to appear if you're not seeing it right away.
Said. I had this on other channels too.
Yeah, it's definitely a Twitch glitch of some sort. Let me refresh my Twitch thingamajiggy. So no words. How come Charlize is not covering the African Youth Chess Championships? Welcome back to TFS, by the way. DFS is a blue belt. That's pretty crazy. He is a blue belt. Craziness. Alright, let's see our cargo. The Senor Yap's going to be able to take our cargo down. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we have no way. Wait, is it stalemate? There's no stalemate? It's very close to stalemate. If only we could cover this square. That was very, very serious stalemating potential position. Alright, Mr. Yaps. E4 or D4 or C4. I have all of my C4s down. I haven't actually looked at them now. But as black against C4. Yes. Who's the closest? E6 is the closest to being finished. Cheers. And I get to play what I want to play. Mr. Yaps. Senor Yaps. Mexican-Japanese player. Yes, Mexican-Japanese player. Senor Yaps. Yap Sing. Maybe Yap Sing. Maybe he's Chinese. Dum dum da da dum dum dum. Dum 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 da 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 dum dum. Now we're in a Dutch. We snuck into a Dutch. So basically I was looking up the Killer Dutch and I was reminded of the state of affairs of Simon Williams, and I was like, oh, that's so sad. And I believe this happened earlier in the year at some point. I don't know when. It's not pre-move. He could stream snipe me with bishop takes f6, hanging his rook. And then I won't be able to recover. Here we go. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are off. We've reached an original position. I am guaranteeing it at an early stage. No matter what happened, we'll start pre-moving our recaptures. Our recaptures. I know, I'm trying to invite him in. Now that the pawn is off of d7. Well, that was interesting. Let's grab the space. No, I wasn't going to take you. I like your knight sitting over there. I do. I do like your knight sitting over there. As pleasantly as it might be. And we will take care of our own. We're working on it now. Got some good jams going. Some good NCS jamas. I'm not planning on losing an exchange anytime soon. Tonight on Beta D7 Night something 5. Chess. And now we are ready. Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? Waiting for him to play knight e5. We were waiting for him to play knight e5. Yeah, I could have fibbed. Really? You're playing it that way? Looks like a free pawn. Alright, I'm game. I am trying to sack the exchange. For what it's worth. Takes. So if he plays knight takes, bishop takes, chess. So takes, and
TFS.
takes.
Said, I learned a single Arabic word on an Arabic chess channel. Check sounds like cash.
Shock and chess, yes. So d5, I don't have much of a choice here. I do have to play it this way. Bum 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 bum. Sorry, I apologize. Very rude of me. So are we threatening e5 now? I can't believe my time has fell below 5 minutes, though. And now E5 takes. Go ahead, make my day. I might have miscalculated, but how many pieces is it for a rook anyway? Yes. Knight check, knight check. Here a check, there a check, there a knight check, check. Whoop. And now for something completely different. Yeah. Let's just go for it. YOLO. So a knight check.
Pegasus sway.
Where are we headed from there?
OMG QC 8E3 aha looks better now.
And now for something completely different. All right, knight d7, rook f3. How do I get in there? And now, does he have any checks? Uh-oh. Looks like mate. So we erased E6, right? There are no more E6s. Oh, I didn't erase E6 from against C4 yet. I'm erasing it now. I believe that I'm good on E6. Senor Yaps, that was huge. I feel like I missed something though amidst all of my being terrible. So I was at 14, so I should be at 15 now. I need to bring up E5 at 11. As black against C4, I need to play E5 4 more times, at the very least. D5, I need to play 4 more times. I'm very far away from finishing on a lot of these with C4. Knight F6, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. 117, 17, 11, E6 should be finished. Reload. And I have played F5 in this position 2 times. It looks like I might have won both games. So A4, Queen to C6. Yeah, I was trying to provoke D3 though. I really wanted D3. So it thought I should have played Knight A6. But what would be the point? Just to get to that square? Maybe. Fine. Just didn't want him playing E3 necessarily without recourse. Yeah, Knight A6. I should at least have considered it, but I was so busy trying to get to this side of the board and try to play E5. Stefano versus Charles. Charles is white. Let's flip this board so we know who's whom. Yeah, there's just nothing here, unfortunately. The king placement is too awkward. No agreed upon draws in this dojo, by the way. Repeating position, exchanging to the insufficient material, absolutely. But if anyone offers a draw, it's a sign of weakness. Don't offer a verbal draw. Just draw with your moves. Let chess speak for itself. Alright, Mr. Zamora. Alright, as white, I need 5 of everything, right? What's the most obnoxious thing I can play against him? F3, let's get this one out of the way. Oh, fine. We'll go into this. I've never seen that move played before. I've never seen that move played before. That's craziness. I do not know what you're thinking, sir. So let's see, we have 5 very disparate pawns.
Tired, weak, and maniacal, but still I can't let go.
5 very disparate pawns.
Emotional suicide, some things you never know. I wonder if my hungers kill the weak, or does it hide? Some things get lost along the way.
Oh, did I go that way by accident?
Rain on me, for tomorrow it's too late. I lie somewhere on the other side. I'll die before I give up. And I'm holding on.
I do need to play it this way though, don't I? Just because? I need his king in the center.
Mistakes I made remind me of a voice that only lied.
So now,
But yesterday it's come and gone away.
bishop takes, rook takes, pawn takes.
Never wanna count me down or out.
Let's keep our bishop pair.
I lie somewhere on the other side. I'll die before I give up. And I'm holding on. It's my undoing.
We're after the 8-7 pawn, perhaps? Yeah, it could be. We could be after the 8-7 pawn. And now,
It's getting hard to breathe when the weight of the world just holds me down.
whoops. I wasn't after anything there. Really? So let's see, we're taking 1, we're taking 2, we're taking 3. First things first, let's do it that way. So we should be up a rook at the end of it all, in theory. Whether we choose to be up a rook now or up a rook later.
Polly said, by Master Chess Dojo.
Paul 184, thank you for being here, buddy. We are just going to keep applying the pressure. This was the lesson all week. Pressure, play. I've been doing this in lessons all week long. Pressure, play. Doesn't mean that we can't lose this particular position. But it could mean trouble, 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 trouble. Can we get a rook to the... Can we get a pawn to the 7th rank? Pawn to the 7th rank. So we have at least an outside passed pawn. So I'm only up the exchange. Que pasta. We need to simplify this game. Game. Simplify this game. Simplify this game. Simplify this game. How do we simplify this game or any other? Simplify. This is a winning endgame even if I'm not up in exchange, but Yeah, we're running for it. Rook takes e6 was probably just winning. But I'm trying to simplify this game. Simplify, simplify this game. Let's go for it. Just got to make sure he's outside the square. Like that, for example. There we go. We're working our way back to you, babe. This is a very strange rendition of working my way back to you, babe. Or is it a take on the Pulp Fiction theme? We are working on pressure play. Take a quick look at our mistakes in that game. Learn from your mistakes. Let's take a quick peek. So here, I played bishop to g5 check when I should just trade queens. I let him develop his rook, basically. And after king takes, knight takes c3 is fastest. B takes c3, bishop c5. Yeah, I'm up so much material here. Or am I up in material? I have 5 pawns, he has 5 pawns. I'm threatening check and check. I do like how I did it though. I did plan on playing exactly this. Wow, and he took the wrong way. So what was going to happen on rook takes? B takes c3, bishop c5. And my bishop is still hanging, so I don't have e5. That's the awkwardness. So yeah, black is better here. I miscalculated that one. Done reviewing white's mistakes. I've never seen the e takes d4 variation, by the way. Was there a better move here? Reload. Bishop takes f7 was the best move. What are they talking about? King to e7 and queen to b3, ladies and gentlemen. Queen to b3. I answer check with a check. Did not look at that move. Bishop g5 check gives black the advantage. Wow. Wow. What a 2-point swing. Almost a 3-point swing. Queen takes d8 check is what the computer thought, but queen to b3. Now we're talking. Castles is not a move, huh? I can leave that pawn there. Knight to c3. King E8. Queen to C4. I'm not allowed to castle. It's so strange. Castling isn't an integral part of this advantage. So knight to E5 check and knight to G5 check. Oh, I castle with check. Queen takes B7 with check. Wow. Alright, we are almost starting this again. So we're at 212. F3 is now at 216. Trevlar, thinker teacher. Our oldest, if not the oldest mod on our channel. Trevlar is here from Detroit Rock City. I wonder if he's still in Detroit or if he's just watching. Or did he disappear? He disappeared faster than I could say hi to him. However, thinker teacher is still streaming, I believe. It's a tough life, playing every opening move. I'm bringing tears to Pegasus's eyes with my singing, so I should really be watching out for him. Queen C8, E3, all looks better now. Wait just a moment. What game was this? This was... Did I really load the cannon in this game? So black is better. Black is decisively better. Knight takes check. Knight F2. And Knight D3 was a mistake. I just wanted to play Rook F2 check, but it doesn't work if he plays knight there. So H5. Oh yeah. H5 is just decisive. Queen takes pawn. I was worried about him trying to shut the door though. H5. I was worried about him shutting the door on my whole attack. Oh, he can't take. Oh, he can't take. That's why. Then I play Queen takes C6. King H1. Craziness. Rook check, rook check. Rook F1, rook F1, rook F1, King G2, rook F2 check. King. This is the line that I would have probably played. King G1, Queen takes C6, Knight takes C6, and H4. H3 and Rook G2 mate. Oh, maybe not Rook G2 mate, but Rook G2, Knight check, and mate soon follows. It is mate. Check, check, and mate. Oh, it's not mate. It looks like it could be mate. King H3, G3, King H4, Queen check. But Rook H2 is just mate. Oh, it's mate with Queen G7. There's a ladder mate for us. Alright, fine. Alright, Alireza. F3 it is. Second F3 of the stream. F3 of the stream. The F3. Craziness, right? Whatever soundtrack this is, I'm starting to dig it. Pogger. Wow, he gave away a center pawn? That's insanity. So now we're in a Fromm's counter gambit with D6, right? So it was F4, E5, F takes E5, D6, Knight F3, D takes E5, E4. And now we're in an old-fashioned love song. So if I play D4, E4, E5, this is, after all, what it's all about. This is what it's all about, folks. It's what it's all about. Folks. It's what it's all about. So am I losing a rook on E takes D4? Or do I just go for it? Check, 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 check. I don't know. Yeah? 10-minute warning. All right. Thank you, Boo Boo. So E5. B4. Queen takes B4. Queen takes B4. Queen takes B4. Queen takes B4. We have to decide what is what for. We have no more. Bishop takes, knight takes, queen h4, check, and g3. Alright, this looks like it will be my last game, so I've got to make the most of it. Father's Day brunch beckons, and I didn't get a chance to shave. Don't want to appear in the Father's Day pictures with signs of 50 Shades of Grey. And 50 Shades of Grey. Yes. So what do we got here? We're down a pizza, but how many pawns? Not enough pawns. Nicely done, sir. I tried to throw the kitchen sink at him. I did not succeed. Should change the name of the opening now to the Fromm's Gambit. By the way, this opening comes from here. And this is the Birds opening From's counter gambit. B4 and B5. Yeah, removing the defender. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it. Unless someone improves my tie-break points. Beating Ali Reza was very important. How did I throw the kitchen sink at him? I'll never know. Alright everyone, thank you all for being here. Thank you MD Night Zero, Namaste, Ron. I didn't give Ron a quick shout out as one of the great supporters of our stream. MD Night Zero, Thinker Teacher, Kingslayer Sloan, and most importantly, Chess Informant. Please click on that last link. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not done so already. Please support the dojo by attending regularly and working out as best you can. Alright, namaste everyone. Darkblade 512, thank you for being here. Cheers and ciao everyone. Have a great day.